Okay, so I just want to show you if I can, some of the songs that are in my mind at the moment. This one's called Count Your Blessings. You can pause them to look at the words, and there's the rest of it there. I grew up with, well, I had my teenagehood with these, so they're quite familiar. There's another one, Choose the Right. Oops. They're from, I'll show you where they're from soon. There's the last bit of it up there. Should I sing one? What about this one? See if I can get it right. Hang on. Okay. I'll try this one. Okay. Know this, that every soul is free. Hang on. No, that's not it. Hang on. Know this, that every soul is free to choose his life and what he'll be. For this eternal truth is given, that God will force no man to heaven. He'll call, persuade, direct aright, and bless with wisdom, love, and light. In nameless ways be good and kind, but never force the human mind. Freedom and reason make us men. Take these away, what are we then? Mere animals, and we are just as well. The beast may think of heaven or hell. May we no more our powers abuse, but ways of truth and goodness choose. Our God is pleased when we improve His grace and seek His perfect love. Sorry, really badly out of tune, because it's not one I sing very often. And this is from Hymns of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'll show you a few more and then I'll show you the copyright. I don't want to infringe too much of this. So there's another one I was looking at. Do What Is Right. I love this one. I do want to sing them, but I'm so nervous that I'm going to stuff them all up. I'm not very good at it, so it's easier when there's lots of people singing in the church, for example. No, that's not one that I was thinking of. I think, did I show you all the ones? I think I showed you all the ones I wanted to. Leave my pen. Just let me, hang on 1 second. Let me put you down. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, I think I've shown you all the ones. These are the ones that I like. Count Your Blessings. I showed you that one, I think. Choose the Right. Do What Is Right. Oh, this one's much too full. Okay, I'll try this one. Okay, let's see. I've just got to keep following because it's got two sides. And it's hard to hold everything at once. Ready? Okay. Do what is right, the day dawn is breaking, hailing a future of freedom and light. Angels above us are silent notes taking of every action, then do what is right. Do what is right, let the consequence follow. Battle for freedom in spirit and might, and with stout hearts look ye forth till tomorrow. God will protect you, then do what is right. Do what is right, the shackles are falling, chains of the bondsmen no longer are bright. Lightened by hope, soon they'll cease to be galling. Truth goeth onward, then do what is right. Do what is right, let the consequence follow. Battle for freedom in spirit and might. And with stout hearts look ye forth till tomorrow. God will protect you, then do what is right. Do what is right, be faithful and fearless. Onward, press onward, the goal is in sight. Eyes that are wet now, ere long will be tearless. Blessings await you in doing what's right. Do what is right, let the consequence follow. Battle for freedom in spirit and might. And with stout hearts look ye forth till tomorrow. God will protect you, then do what is right. That's a good one. Oh, that's such a nice one. Alright, let's see if I can... Now they've got a bit of nerves up. We'll go back to... Did I do this one? Yeah, I like that one. I'll do that one in a second. Oh, yeah, I'll finish with that one. Did I sing that one? Let us press on. No. Okay, so I'll do this one and then this one because that's really cheerful. Okay, I'll do two more. Okay, got a bit of nerve now. I'm not very good, so if you don't like it, turn it off. Okay, choose the right. So, alrighty. Let me just think about it. Hang on. Alright, I think I got it. Alright. I just got to try and follow the notes. Alright, so choose the right when a choice is placed before you. In the right, the Holy Spirit guides, and its light is forever shining o'er you. When in the right, your heart confides. Choose the right, let wisdom mark the way before. In its light, choose the right, and God will bless you evermore. Choose the right, let no spirit of digression overcome you in the evil hour. There's the right and the wrong to every question. Be safe through inspiration's power. Choose the right, let wisdom mark the way before. In its light, choose the right, and God will bless you evermore. I can't get that in bit right. Never been able to do it. Last verse. Choose the right, there is peace in righteous doing. Choose the right, there's safety for the soul. Choose the right, in all labors you're pursuing. Let God and heaven be your goal. Choose the right, let wisdom mark the way before. In its light, choose the right, and God will bless you evermore. It's supposed to go up. I don't know how to do that bit. Anyway, okay, so that's choose the right. And I've got one more. And I try and start some things like law work or whatever if I'm in my own room with a sort of a hymn. So I'm just choosing a couple just for enjoyment, because I find it helps to start with something like this, so you can start and stop, and you can ask me to do one again if you like. Just leave your comment. If you hate it, say so, that's okay. If you like it, then I'll try some more, but have to get more practice. Singing in the church with other people around is so nice because they sort of cover all our mistakes and they sound good anyway. It's very uplifting. All right, so count your blessings. This is a really cheerful one, and hopefully I can get it, because it's hard looking at it through this phone and holding the book at the same time. I can't look at both. It's tricky. Anyway, all right, let's try this one. When upon life's billows you are tempest-tossed, when you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. When you look at others with their lands and gold, think that Christ has promised you his wealth untold. Count your many blessings money cannot buy, your reward in heaven nor your home on high. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, angels will attend, help and comfort give you to your journey's end. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Sorry. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. I totally stuffed up the bottom part. Anyway, okay, so I didn't get that one too good. Alright, so I tried my best, and I try to sing at church when I go there. I'm going to visit on Saturday, I think. Yeah, okay, so I'll show you the copyright. This is a real legitimate hymn book by this church. There's the hymn, this book, and it's a recent edition, 1985, but they're all, you probably saw the things with a list who it's by on the bottom. There's the copyright I promised to put on there. The latest is 1998, but it's a compilation made in 85, but these songs, as you can see, they're all prayer of thanksgiving. The Americans would like that one today or yesterday. It's today in their land. See how they're 1914 and 1838, these types of years? Yeah, so they're really, really classic, white, Western, beautiful things. And we've been forced to include everyone else in the church now, which is, you know, whatever. 1978 was when that happened. So, anyway, that's a nice, you know, it's a hymn book that I've got and been grown up with. So, yeah, you can get them. I think you can get them at the Latter-day Saint Church shop online. Goes to the church there. Yeah. And they'll probably, you know, as they do, they'll try and invite you to be baptized and join in, and it's a membership church and this, and that's okay. But yeah, count your blessings, friends and family, because when you do things in the righteousness in the courts, you kind of, it doesn't mean walk in and forgive someone for killing your child. You actually have to obey the law, which means you can either choose to forgive and then the case is over, in a case of that, or you can turn around and say, no, this person, a life for a life, this person killed my child, and that's a life taken. So the Bible itself, and here's the Bible here. Oh, I know, I'll read this scripture. I've been wanting to read this one. So this is about, yeah, like I said, you can take, there's any directions in the scriptures you can take. You can either forgive, as in some of the things Christ says, or you can take it to the law, and that kind of thing. So there are various different laws in here, and yes, there are contradictions, but they're different approaches for different times. Okay, so when you go in, I talked in another video about Samaritans. When it's the Samaritan mix, there's the different statutes. When it's our own people, we have a law. It's being diminished right now because they're coming up with millions of statutes, 7 million statutes or something in the Commonwealth of Australia. So you think about that. When we're mixed and lost, we have all these millions of statutes. When we are simply ourselves in with our own people, we tend to know equity and our proper common law as custom law, but because there are no common customs, when you're mixed in a Samaritan situation, you have to write them explicitly on paper as statutes, acts, regulations. Do you understand the difference? We had and still have simple law, that is equity, common law, and those types of things, torts and so on. But now they've put torts into statutes, some of the torts into statutes. So we really need to understand, like vexatious litigations is now in a statute called Vexatious Litigations Act. Do you understand? Vexatious Proceedings Act or something like that. Yeah? So 2014. Yeah, so that was malicious litigations, vexatious and frivolous litigations, those types of things in ordinary law, like in customary. It was customary not to do many litigations over one thing. For example, if you've already taken one to court, you can't do it again. It's called double jeopardy. Okay, so that when they do that, that becomes vexatious litigations, malicious use and abuse of process. Do you understand? Yeah, so there's lots of different things and nuances in law, and here is what I like, this bundle. This is a Latter-day Saints bundle. I'm not going to be ashamed to say it because I've lived by this, and I've had a justice in a Supreme Court say that I'm without guile because I don't exaggerate situations, I describe them. There is a difference. You know, people, oh, I'm a victim, oh, this bad thing, that bad thing. Me, I just state the thing. That person committed perjury, they did this, and it's caused this damage on me. And I'm severely sick, and I still say it that way. I don't even say, yes, I've got CPTSD as a result of being white erased in my own country. That's genocided in my own country. Genocide in the U.N.Treaties, meaning that my race, culture, people, language, place names, family, schooling, work, and joyful activities are all impacted and stolen from me, deleted, destroyed. Those are acts of genocide according to the U.N.Treaties, and they're covered in the Criminal Code Act 1995, I've found, Commonwealth. Yeah, so let me look at this one. This came up on a video. I'm just going to share this. If you don't like scriptures, kind of tough titties, because these are important things. All right, so Deuteronomy, and this is about mixing and not paying attention to what we're doing. Deuteronomy chapter 29. So here it is. This is the Latter-day Saints King James Bible. It says Holy Bible, but it's King James Bible. It's got a bunch of other things, but this is the Old Testament. This is the Bible. All right, so, and it's got all these references to help me study. That's what I love about the Latter-day Saints scripture. That's what they do. I should say we do, but I'm also in Anglican, so I'm in everything. What am I not in? Nobody recognizes each other, so I don't know. But anyway, all right, so I was baptized Methodist, so I'm very much Methodist in style, but they became uniting, so they've mixed. They are Samaritan now. That's why you see them having pretty coloured flags and all this nonsense in the Uniting Church. It's because they don't care about us anymore. They have left this. All right, so remember Queen Elizabeth said, you'll know them by the rainbows? Anyway, all right, so here we go. This is King James. All right, so chapter 29. This is about the children of Israel. I'm not sure what situation they're in, but let's read. So these are the words of the covenant, which Lord, I don't know which Lord, if that's Adonai, that might be Adonai. So these are the words of the covenant which Adonai commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel in the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb. And Moses called unto all Israelites and said unto them, Ye have seen all that Adonai did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh and all his servants, and unto all his land, the great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles. Yet the Lord hath not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxen old upon thy foot. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am the Lord your God. I am Adonai your God. And when ye came unto this place, Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us unto battle, and we smote them, and we took their land and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites and to the Gadites. So that's the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Gad. And to the half tribe of Manasseh. That's me. Well, I'm partly. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Ye stand this day all of you before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldst enter into covenant with Adonai, and into his oath which Adonai thy God maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, who is Israel. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord Adonai, our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by, and ye have seen their abominations and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe whose heart turneth away this day from Adonai the Lord our God, to go and serve the gods of these nations, lest there should among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood, and it come to pass, when he heareth the word of his curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. That means too much. Don't just drink, you just get slovenly and drunken. So, the Lord Adonai, or Yahweh, will not spare him. But then the anger of the Lord Adonai and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven, And the Lord Adonai shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. So if you're going against the tribes, you're going to be booted from the tribes. So people mixing are booting themselves out by choice, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book. The first law, kind after kind. Right, I'll show you that if I remember at the end. So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of the land and the sicknesses which Adonai hath laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Even all nations shall say, wherefore hath Adonai done this unto our land, or this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? And men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord Adonai rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. The secret things belong unto Adonai our God, Yahweh, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. All the words, not pick and choose. We have this entire book. Let me show you how deep. This is how much of law we have. This is unbelievable. And this, let me go right to the end of it. There it is there. That's the Revelation. Right, last page of Revelation, yes? Okay. We have this much of look how many pages. And I mean, they're thin pages. Look at how thin they are. They're so thin. So thin, little rust paper almost. Very thin pages. Okay, and we think we don't have the law? 1,589 pages. Wait, no. 1,590 pages of law here. In this only. This is a small one. As you can see, it's printed to fit in the hand. Okay, and we have the law here. All of it. And now we've got statutes. Why? Because we're mixed. We didn't want to keep to this. Does that make sense? This wasn't good enough for us. Our own people. Now, some people are. I apologize to those people who are keeping these. But look. I'll show you did I show you the copyright? Here's the front page. Holy Bible and Old and New Testaments. Authorized King James Version with explanatory notes and cross-references to the standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The King James Bible is the law for our countries in the Western world. It doesn't matter which one you're in. Particularly the ones who have a grounding from King James 1. Don't be playing games with me trying to explain it any other way. This is our people. And here, there's the copyright. I just want to make sure, I haven't stolen this. This is real. Here's King James words. His own words. You can pause and read them. There's another page of it. You can pause and read that. Dedicatory. It's an epistle from King James, or about King James. Okay. Here's the titles of all the books. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the rest. Okay. This is there's a bit of abbreviations. Might as well see those. Okay, so this church has articles of faith and some extra books here, these ones at this side. But these two, they are King James. Okay, these are some US history stuff, US stuff. That's retranslations of some of these. And we know for a fact we don't have the full books because the King James 1603 is all of the books. This is the 1611. Do you understand the difference? People keep telling me, "Oh, there's no 1603. Show me the publication." You can't show the publication because it's all of James's information. There's heaps of it. This is the synopsis for the people, for the law to be fulfilled and used. That's the 1611. I use the 1603, I beg your pardon, it's not an O. Okay, because that's the full law. There's more to this law. If you can't handle this, you'll never get a contact with the rest of it. Do you understand that? That's how it works. Many people are not even looking in this. Some of those devout people are reading in this, but they think they know anything. Oh, it's all in history. No, it's all in now. This is not history, this is law. It's like when I walk into the law library, in the Supreme Court Law Library, for example, okay, and I pull out a book and it talks about this law and this law out in 1575 or something. It's law. Yes, it's history, okay, because it's law throughout time. We just call that history. But it is law. This is law. It's all law. We got a whole bunch of law. Let me show you. I think I said I was going to show you where it says kind after kind. Right, ready? Right here. Let the earth bring forth grass, and herb yielding seed and fruit, and yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is on itself, upon the earth. And it was so. Got fruit after his kind. Ready? Next. And the earth brought forth grass and herb, yielding seed after his kind, and the yield fruit, though his seed was itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Got it? Got it? Got it? Every herb yielding seed after his kind, and the child yielding fruit after his kind. Right there, verse 12. Genesis 1, verse 12. It's right at the start. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs. Right, here's another point. And God said, let there be light. There's already light, and now he's putting lights in the firmament. That means daylight is separate from sun or moonlight or starlight. Totally separate. And here, right, so let's get to the animals. Where did the animals come in? There's the lights. So he's done the plants and the lights, okay? And the waters. And now, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the firmament. God opened great whales, created great whales, beg your pardon, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind. So we had birds and air life, sea life, and then be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. Okay? See? And then he brought forth the living creatures after his kind, after their kind. That's the same thing. And creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind. They go after their kind. They take after their fathers. And God made the beast of the earth of his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Kind after kind. They're not mixing. Let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the air, and the cattle, and over all the earth, and every creeping thing that creepeth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea. Behold, I've given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree is the fruit of tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And so every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. To every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. We are not guided to eat them. I'll let that sink in. We're not guided to eat them. You understand that? I'll show you where it says where we're guided, what we're guided to eat in a moment as well. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was good. But then Adam found out he didn't have a blessing of having a mate because they were all different creatures. Man became a living soul. Here we go. Keep going. You can pause if you want. Okay. The tree of life. So he had lots of food. He could eat from the trees at that point. The tree of life is in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They are genetic line trees. My family tree, you understanding? Tree of life is Adam. Tree of knowledge of good and evil already there, already in existence. And then a river went out and there was all these things. Okay, so that's all the compass and where things are. And the gold of the land is good, and there's bdellium and onyx and all these things, yeah. Name of the third river, blah, blah, blah. And then he realized, well, you can eat every tree of the garden, you can eat, but not this one. So Adam got the news. Adam got the news of the tree of good and evil, that you should not eat of it. And then he said, well, it's not good that a man should be by himself, not be alone. I should make him a helpmeet. He makes him a helpmeet. Right? But he doesn't say there's nobody else on the land. It just says that he opened up, and it doesn't say there's not others. Every beast of the field, but Adam there was not found an helpmeet. And then he got a woman. Remember, this is our story. We don't get other people, other types of people telling us what our law and our thing is. This is our story. So therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and thou shalt be one flesh. They mean one relationship, two sides of one thing, but not half a person and then not half a person. That's not how it works. They're both fully fledged people with fully fledged skills, blessings, expectations, and responsibilities. And they make up one team. The mother and the father can have opinions, and they can give good advice. We do listen, but at the same time, the man and the wife should be together like that. And then we keep going. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field. That means like the cattle and everything else that the Lord had made. And he said unto the woman, well, you could eat from all the trees, and you can eat from any tree, but not of this tree. So she maybe got the knowledge from God, or maybe she got the knowledge from Adam. But obviously, so you should not surely die. Like, how can you die from it? You will know good and evil. What he means is you're going to be presented with evil, and then you'll know the difference. Does that make sense? Okay, the forbidden apple. What's the forbidden apple? What's the thing about pop my cherry? Is cherry a fruit? Think about it. Fruits come from trees, don't they? Some fruits, not everything. Maybe some come from vines as well. But both apples and cherries come from trees. And we say apple of my eye for a reason. And we say pop my cherry for a reason. Do you think they came from nowhere? And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, she desired to make one wise, she took the fruit and ate. Now, when you consume pornography, do you physically pick a fruit and eat it? Think that through. She took the fruit and did eat. We'll say consume. If we change that eat to consume in our mind, because this is a writing in a different language that's come through to us by translation, 6e say, fall of man, transgression. Doesn't explain anything, does it? So it's all open for you to think. And gave to him the pornography, and he did eat, consume. Think about that. Think about it. We're not talking about an apple. We're not talking about a fruit. These are allegorical. They represent something. You have to have eyes to see and ears to hear. Right? So the serpent gets cursed because he's introduced this foul mixture, has dirtied our race, our people. Or dirtied is not the right word. Genetically manipulated God's creation. Oh, hello. Did something like that recently happen in the last few years? Think that through. Look at the symbols you see around on the medical things and the what's it called? World Health Organization or something. Yeah. So serpent got put on his belly, and the woman, there'll be enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception, and you'll bear forth children. Your desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And that means he will make the decisions and guide life. But it doesn't mean he's going to be nasty and beat the shit out of you. Do you understand the difference? There's a difference, right? Anyone can see that. All right, so there's lots of things, and God has become one of us. So let's put forth his hand and let's remove him so that he can't live forever. Well, this is an explanation, but he's tasted of good and evil, so let's not let him continue at this point, because now he has to live life. Now he has to live life. So he can't go ahead and be something he's not now. It's like I don't know. It's just I think this is an explanation, or I don't know what that one is. I'm a bit stuck there, to be honest. And see, as you can see, well, both Cain and Abel were born within the 7 years, which made them both, which Cain was born of a bad seed, and Abel was born of a what do you call it? defiled womb. And so the bad seed and the bad womb were born Cain was born hateful anyway. He was alive from the beginning. And Abel was born by curse as well. That's why he got killed. Or that's part of it. That's what I have surmised. I could be wrong. You could think about it differently. All right, and then we got all this other stuff. All right, so I'm not going to keep going because this is 45 minutes and I don't want to take up all your time. But I've got all these victimhood. Yeah, so this is what Cain got. You're going to be a vagabond, a fugitive and a vagabond throughout the earth. And Cain said, but I can't handle that. And he got a mark. You can see him. And they said, some say it's black. That's why I wrote it there. Very clear mark, black. Or some people say it's a nose issue, like a feature, whatever. Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod. And they started being... Where did he get a wife from? It wasn't his sister. So there's a good Enoch and a bad Enoch. Okay, there's 2 Enochs. And there's 2 Lamechs. Lamech. And he's quite a nasty thing. For I've slain a man to my wounding and a young man to my hurt. Hearken unto my speech. So Lamech hurt somebody. I think there's two Lamechs and 2 Enochs. Yeah, so they're constantly trying to copy each other. And the same happens later down in Edom, which is red, which is Esau, yeah, E-S-A-U, Esau. Yeah, so anyway, so you can see these patterns throughout. All right. He murdered his brother. Some parts of this, it's life for a life. A bit later, it's life for a life. So if you kill someone, you lose your life. So, but at this point, that didn't exist yet. God just said, well, you can just go over there, because he kind of, I don't know why I didn't want to just get rid of him, to be honest, but for some reason, he stayed. Okay. But he went just to a different spot. And how often have we done that, and to our own detriment, just put them to another spot? We do it all the time. Anyway, so, and even up until the Commonwealth of Australia, we were still sending our bad news away, weren't we? We took them and dropped them off somewhere, right? You can stay there until you've learnt, until 2 years or whatever. And now 2 years, if you want to come back, you can come back. If not, you just stay where you are. That's how the Commonwealth of Australia was started. It wasn't started just as a penal colony, as penal colony. It was like these people were left in the country where there was nobody, so they had to have people around them to look after them. They weren't here to be prisoners per se. You get completely... Anyone who says this is a penal colony, la 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 la, yes, I get that, except for one thing. The way we are in our background is the same as how God was, or is. And we are not listening anymore. That's the difference. Anyone who says Australia was a penal colony is half correct. Half, maybe less than half correct. Because we used to send them away and leave them there. And then we come back. And if they want to come back, they can come back after they've done their time. If not, that's okay. It's like what happened in New Zealand. They were sent to New Zealand. But they adapted and decided, yeah, we're not going to go back. So they stayed in New Zealand. That's how New Zealand got colonized. Colonized, we'll say, yeah, okay, whatever. Right? Understanding? Right, so I'm not ashamed of my factual history. I'm actually quite happy that my people were so capable. We created almost everything here, and everybody else has just added on to it. So all the anti-whiteism, I wish you luck with it, because you're the one condemning yourselves, because our law is pure. Your law is mixed up. Not you, not my viewers, of course. My viewers are good. My viewers know. I hope my two viewers. I was told there's a few more, but I hope so. But I don't want viewers. I just want people to hear the news. And they talk about news and gospel and law. It's all law. The good news is the law works, but you've got to work it. And anyway, I'm not a lawyer. This is some of the things I get into, and I'm sick of being white guilted and white ashamed about what I know is my own background, my own people, my own law, and it's all being taken away from me and given to every other kind. Me and my people are being just totally destroyed. And I'm not happy about that. And you'd be aghast to think, oh, I came into this supposedly inclusive, country. But what you've come into is to white erase me and my people. That's genocide. It might be soft genocide, but it's still genocide. Renaming Melbourne to, our most trusted advisor, Lord Melbourne, to some shitty name from some non-existent nation. And that's exactly what I'm going to say about it. Not happy about it. It's genocide, renaming our cities of our most trusted advisor, Lord Melbourne, to some shitty name that didn't exist before. We just make it up. And I'm happy to say it that way. Remember Lydia Thorpe? This is a war. War crimes. Criminal Code Act 1995, Commonwealth. Section 268. Go look through it. Pick out the ones that are being committed and who by, and go to the AFP, Australian Federal Police, and report them. If you don't have their date of birth, put the date of the crime, or put today's date when the report was made. Make it a legitimate claim. Make sure you mention the sections and the laws they're breaking. U.N.Treaties and Hague Conventions and Geneva Conventions and Criminal Code Act 1995 Commonwealth. They're all criminal laws, and some of them are Commonwealth, some of them are international, some of them are both. But state law does not cover up Commonwealth law. On the contrary, Commonwealth supersedes. Wherever it's in question about which one is the one, when they're conflicting on the same thing, it's the Commonwealth. We are a united federal Commonwealth. We are people united under a federal Commonwealth. And this part here is the law. This is extra, but this is the law. And also what's the law is what the judges have written throughout time according to our ways. And currently, that's by Parliament, because we're in Samaritan times. I'm going to be very clear about that. I'm talking for too long now. I'm giving you some songs and some talking, and I'm gas bagging on now. But I'll close and finish up and let you be. If you're stuck through this, good work and thank you. This is not about me at all. Okay, I'm only one woman on the land. But I'm seeing it being diminished and my whole culture being erased and genocided out. And it's because we're negligent of the law. And it's so disappointing. I mean, white people just crushing other white people. What other races do that? You know, other races would be horrified. But we do it with impunity. We don't care. Well, I do. But they take great pleasure in it. I don't understand. Am I not allowed to say I want white appropriate service? In fact, I might share you a call that I made wherein I did ask for white appropriate service, and I was very, very racially vilified because the woman assumed, and I didn't say it, she said Anglo. And she was quite insulting about Anglo. Okay, so why discriminate Anglos? But she said Anglo on the phone, not seeing me, because I asked, can I please have white appropriate service in a disability service in the university? And she failed to assist me till about week 4 in the trimester, which is too late. And I was supposed to get disability assistance in that university. And that information will be released at some point. And she said that the commission, discrimination commission, we can't use that because it's a phone call and they didn't give you permission to record. Well, I'm going to publish my own phone call because nobody did anything in the university. And then the university might think, oh, well, we're going to punish you by kicking you out. Who wants to be in an anti-white institution anyway? Who wants to be genocided by the university that hates my people? They're committing apartheid every day on their websites. We have to dig out these names, put them on the AFP website and report them under the correct sections of their own acts. They're their own acts, they're their own codes. They are bound to those codes the same as everybody they think is bound to those codes. They are bound to the rules of interaction with us. They are foreign administrators. So they are in responsibility to these things. If you look up locusts and honey, you'll hear about what I mean. So this is what I wanted to say. There's a lot of things. I think of more things to say the more I look at something, and I just go by my direction, whatever happens. But I hope those songs helped in some way, even my dumbass mistakes. I'm not a singer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a minister. I'm just a woman concerned about this, our Commonwealth, our people, and I want the very best that we can have, if that's even a possibility. And the only way we can get that is if we start standing up against this genocide against us. And it is genocide, and they are war crimes of apartheid. Okay, there are many High Court decisions about Aboriginals. There are many decisions, and there are lots of acts about letting foreigners in and preferencing them over us. Supreme Court and the Bar Association have a program where they preference other people above us, other racial people above us. I mean, they're doing it right in front of us all over the place. It's time we actioned and get together in our communities and share our wares and our abilities. And we have to be responsible. We have to do this. I'm not an activist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not involved in anything. I'm simply speaking up for my people. If you don't want to hear it, switch it off and piss off. I don't care. I do care, but if you don't want to hear it, if you don't want to stand for my people, don't come near me, because I'm not interested in you unless you are interested in me and my people. I'll make that very clear. Thankfully, I believe that only people who want to be white positive will come to this channel. And I hope so. That's the point. Jason Kuna invented these terms to assist us out of the hole that is genociding all of us in our Western countries. Every one of them and every one of us is a target to this. Because we are the ones who have a really wholesome law. We have wholesome creative abilities. We are the foundations of many places, and we get followed everywhere we go by nons every single time. And I'm not anti them. I'm happy to have them around me, but not to be inundated by them. It's not fair on us. It's totally not fair on us. And all I want is fairness and correct and rightful thing. I've been pushed out of my home by nons. Okay? I've been robbed of having a home, a job, schooling, family. I've been robbed out of everything. I'm not victimizing myself. I'm telling you what is being done. I've met people, men and women in their 40s, of our people, who are convinced they wasted their younger lives because now they're in their 40s, they've got no children, they have nothing they're contributing into. They're completely lost. Why? Because they were taught by the television, by the anti-white regime in school, by everything around them, not to breed, not to be married, not to love one another. And I'll find a song, and it's going to be a hard one to sing, but I'll find it. I just got to find it. It's called Love. I think it's called Love One Another. I'll just find it. And then I'll finish. It's quite a long video, which I did not expect to do. I don't even plan this to do this. I was going to sew up the rest of my hat in the video and talk while I was doing that. 308. I might sing it. I might just. I don't know if I should read it actually this time. 308. So I'll finish with this, and I'm going to get going and do my Supreme Court action against a vexatious litigant, non-white, who keeps attacking and attacking and attacking in the VCAT and should be in court. But, you know, we'll fix that. That will be in the Supreme Court, which is one of the higher courts in Victoria. All right, so it's one verse. Let me try it. Yeah, so this one, love one another. Okay, I'll try it. I don't know how good I'm going to be now that I've been talking. Okay. As I have loved you, love one another. This new commandment, love one another. By this shall men know ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.